Hey everyone, today we're going to be checking out the Evergoods CTB20 in wax canvas, and I'm not really sure what my dream bag would look like exactly, but I don't think that it would be super different from this. I've been a huge fan of the CTB line for a number of years now. The CTB26 is one of my favorite minimal travel bags. I've been a huge fan of the CTB20 since it's been released. Really great kind of personal item and everyday carry bag, and now in this wax canvas, it just seems like it's going to the next level. So I've been really excited to finally have a chance to get hands-on with this over the past couple of weeks. I also have here the Evergoods Transit Packing Cube, which I've been curious to try out. I'm a big fan of Evergoods' modular ecosystem of pouches and accessories, and this seemed like an excellent addition, particularly to pair up with the CTB20 for some minimal travel. And so in this video, I'm gonna be talking about what it's been like to test these over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded them out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how they compare to some of the other similar items that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing, as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the form factor and the design will feel familiar if you've seen some of my other CTB20 and CTB26 videos, and so this has Evergoods' typical subdued aesthetic that's going to work well in a number of different environments. I've always felt that it strikes a great balance of being functional enough to go into the outdoors, but still minimal enough to work well in an urban setting. This is the type of thing that I feel comfortable taking into an office. Great for traveling, and I feel like the wax canvas editions in particular feel a little bit nicer. So if you're looking for a bag that is even more of a crossover bag, I feel that the wax canvas is just something that looks great pretty much anywhere that you take it, and is also just gonna offer a ton of durability. I've used Evergoods' wax canvas now on the original Griffin collaboration that they did and the CPL16. So I've gotten quite a bit of experience with it, and it has been very impressive. It feels super rugged. Like other wax canvas fabrics, it's gonna patina nicely as you use it more. You're gonna start to get scuffs and marks, and that's one of the things that I personally like about this material. It just develops a nice character the more that you use it. And so, you know, very, very rugged. It is a little bit heavier, and so that's something that you'll have as a trade-off versus one of the nylon versions of these bags. But, you know, that's something that I've accepted that comes with the territory. Beyond that, you just have really premium materials all throughout. And, you know, the handles feel very durable. I really love the material on these heritage editions because, you know, it's just a little softer than the more rigid handles on the regular versions of the bag. You have the really cool zipper pulls with the leather accents, and then of course the smooth working YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, on the front you have the Evergoods logo with the Velcro patch area. I've always been a fan of Evergoods' logo with the checkbox style here, and since this is not a collaboration version of the bag, it doesn't include the patches that have been featured in the Griffin collabs, but you know, you can still customize it if you want to. And then you have dual external water bottle pockets. This is always one of the big features with the CTB line versus the CPL. And here you have the same style that we saw on the Griffin edition of the CTB with the magnets. And so you don't have the typical elastic material that's present on Evergoods' CTB bag. So that's something that you'll have to keep in mind depending on the size of water bottle that you use. I think the system works well. The aesthetic matches up with this style of bag. You know, I'm always a fan of magnets, and then you do have the ability to expand it out a bit. The CTB20 pockets are able to hold a 20-ounce water bottle comfortably. 26 starts to feel like it doesn't quite fit, so this is the water bottle size that I've been comfortable with for the CTB20. And then, as always, great to have the dual pockets, because I like to have an umbrella with me sometimes, an extra water bottle, and so you can still kind of take full advantage of these compartments here. And they're just not going to be quite as flexible as the ones on the regular versions of the CTB, but still works well. You can collapse them in with the magnet if you don't want to use them. And then at the top near the handles, you do still have some attachment points that you can pair with a hero clip or any sort of carabiner accessory. And then as far as the sizing, CTB20 continues to be just a really useful everyday carry bag size. It's able to hold an impressive amount. Evergoods always does such a great job of optimizing the volumes of every section of their bags. And so this feels like a great height, particularly as more of a personal item bag. It does get a little deeper, so if you pack it out all the way, it'll stick out a little bit, but it still never feels like a large or overwhelmingly bulky bag. And so really love the 20-liter size. The 26-liter continues to be my go-to for minimal travel when I need some extra space, or I don't mind a larger bag if I'm carrying some extra stuff. And so I kind of go back and forth between the two. And the form factor, the pocketing, everything is going to be the same between the two sizes, besides just how much you can fit in different areas of the bag. Continuing with the harness system, same style here as what we've seen with other Evergoods bags in the wax canvas fabric. So you still have really nice padding here. They feel comfortable. On the inside, you have wax canvas as well. You don't have the breathable material that is found on Evergoods' nylon bags. So that's another one of those trade-offs that you'll have to keep in mind for the shoulder straps and the back panel. You still have a good width. You have the pass-throughs for a hydration bladder, and then you have the adjustable and removable sternum strap. I like that this also has the little Evergoods logo there. And then, the contoured straps are present. The back panel also has a nice amount of padding here. So you have a little bit of air channels here, but not a ton of breathability, as tends to be the case with many wax canvas bags. And so if you want to have something that's going to be better for a hotter climate, you really don't like having your back get as sweaty as quickly, I would definitely recommend taking a look at the nylon additions. But for me, I'm willing to accept the trade-off. It still feels comfortable, and I think that it looks great. I keep saying that. On the back here, you also have the luggage pass-through so that you can rest this on your suitcase while traveling. Always one of my favorite features of the CTB line in particular. And then moving into the organization, as I was saying earlier, the layout here, similar to the CTB26, just with a little bit less space in some of the different compartments. And so my favorite pocket on the CTB line, this front quick access, is always just incredibly well done as far as the volume that's provided here. I have my sunglasses at the moment, I have my AirPods, and then I also have a headlamp. I switched it up a little bit because usually I have my sunglasses and my AirPods up in this top compartment here. And at the moment, I actually have the Civic Access pouch half liter, which is able to fit here at the top, even in the 20-liter size, which is impressive. It also is able to fit in this front pocket, and there's still leftover capacity. So you can kind of adjust things depending on how you prefer to grab them, and that flexibility is something that I absolutely love. And then you have the zippered front quick access pocket with the lanyard, the carabiner clip there, enough space for something like a tablet. That's usually where I will rest my iPad since I'm grabbing it regularly. And then on the inside here, you'll also notice, like with the CPL16 in wax canvas, this has the gray inner lining. You don't have the bright orange that's part of the collaborations, which I think a lot of people will like. It's pretty mixed opinions on that bright orange sometimes. And so I was actually quite excited to see this offered, and now with the CTB, I think it still looks great. And the layout here is one we're well familiar with. Zippered pocket there, slip pocket for something like a mouse, and then slip pocket for a pen, stylus, pocket knife there at the top. And then you have the dedicated laptop compartment with the side axis oriented the same as the laptop sleeve. Just really thoughtful design and very easy to get in and out. Should be able to handle a 15-inch laptop, even a 16-inch. It looks it'll slide in there. Currently I have my 14-inch MacBook Pro, and this is able to fit in here. No problem. Padded sleeve, suspended. You do have the strap here to secure it if you want. I usually leave that off because I'm just grabbing my laptop pretty regularly, so I want to be able to get that in and out without any sort of friction. And you have some extra space here for folders, an additional sort of tablet. You have a zipper to access the frame sheet. And then moving into the main compartment, clamshell opening, as we've seen many times before. Always a fan of this layout. And then 20 liters of capacity is impressive and works well with my typical modular setup. I have my headphones. I have a couple of Evergoods pouches here, the Civic Access pouch 1 liter in wax canvas. This is the collaboration edition with this interesting opening here, and then the classic 1 liter Civic Access pouch with the magnets. And so 2 of those. I have my Lockbee Venture pouch, and then the Civic Access pouch, 2 liters at the bottom. I really hope that at some point the wax canvas edition of the Civic Access pouch 2 liters comes back so I can complete the set and have the full heritage collection. And then on the back here, you have that nice slip pocket with the elastic material, good spot to separate out some clothing. This is actually similar to the sleeve that's found on the Civic book bag that we also looked at recently. No webbing on the CTB20 here at the top, which is one of the differences with the CTB26. And then on the lid, you have that additional zippered pocket that has its own independent volume. So even something like this pouch was able to fit in there comfortably, even when I had the rest of the compartment packed out. And then you have the leather Evergoods logo on the inside with the style. Nice touch here to match up with the aesthetic. And the zippered pocket on the lid with some internal slip pocketing, perfect for my deck of playing cards. Nail clipper set, you know, you can use it for portable batteries, portable hard drive. I like that there's the volume in addition to the slip pockets here. So this layout never ceases to amaze me. And then this is a great EDC bag, but also an excellent minimal travel bag. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have the Transit Packing Cube from Evergoods. And so this is a really cool accessory. You have, you know, kind of a similar style of fabric. You have the nylon here, matches up with the gray interior. You still have the patch area on the outside, and then dual handles, a couple of attachment points. I like that you have a zippered pocket. Don't know that I would always use it, but it's still nice. Even for something a little more sensitive, I could see myself putting some extra cash, a wallet, a passport in here. Since it's deeper inside of my bag, I have an extra charging cable as well, just because I had the volume for it. And then this form factor, as far as a packing cube, is really cool, particularly when you think about it in the context of Evergoods' ecosystem overall, because now they have their duffel bag where it makes sense to pack in this form factor. You can really organize very easily in Evergoods' duffel bag with this type of packing cube. It's also designed to work well in any of their bags. You can see that I currently have it, folded up. I'll open it up in a second so you can see the dual compartments, but you can fit 2 of these in here comfortably when they're folded up like that. I can also, add in Civic Access pouch 1 liter and 2 liter. Can stack all of them in together. I can add the ½ liter. And so it's just a really kind of fun Tetris style of organization. And this is one of the reasons why I like when you have ecosystems that were designed together, that work well together. And so I'll pull all these pouches out for now, as well as the packing cube. And then this can be zipped closed so that it's a bundle like this, or you can open it up. You have 2 separate compartments. And I like this style of cube because you can actually lay it flat if you prefer, if that works well with the other items that you're carrying or how you're distributing the space. And then this layout is also very interesting. You have, the 2 sort of mesh zippered sections. I like that you have the different color zipper pull here to make it easy to identify the one that you're going to be grabbing. And then this type of packing cube works well for clothing, of course. So sometimes I'll use one side for my t-shirts, one side for socks and underwear. And you can also use it for toiletries. You could use it for tech gear. I've seen a couple of different sort of interesting setups with this form factor. And I think that this is a really great alternative or complement to some of my existing packing cube setups. So I might take some of the things out of my Peak Design packing cubes, place them into here. I might, kind of combine my Peak Design cubes with some other items in here that I might not always carry with me. And that's part of the fun of modular organization, is that you have a lot of different options to kind of just adjust depending on what you're going to be carrying. And then I'll go ahead and bring up the CTB26 just to do a little bit of a packing demo here side by side. So I have the Griffin edition of the CTB26, and this one does have the patch, and you'll see the bright orange liner to kind of differentiate. Currently have this loaded out with the 2 Peak Design packing cubes. And so I can take the larger one, it fits in here. The smaller one will fit as well. There's still gonna be a little bit of leftover space, and you can use all of the other compartments comfortably. So, I can fit my Civic Access pouch. All of that will close, but you know, you can see that it's quite full. There's not any leftover space, and so this is where, you know, you just get that extra capacity with the CTB26. All that fits in there, and it just doesn't look quite as stuffed. Also, as I was saying earlier, here you have the webbing on the CTB26, which you do not have on the CTB20. But I'll also toss in the Transit packing cube into the CTB26 just to kind of get a sense of how that will look capacity wise. Let me zip it up here and close the front zipper, and you can see that there's really going to be an ability to add plenty of additional stuff if you want to. I can combine the Peak Design setup with that cube in here. Put 1, 2, and then open this flat, and then you can still easily close this all up comfortably. So that's one of the things I like about this sort of packing cube here, is it just gives you that flexibility, and still plenty of room in all the other compartments. So still a really big fan of the 26 liter size, even though I prefer the 20 for my day-to-day. And so I'll move some of these items back in here, and you'll be able to see what the daily loadout looks like in the 26 liter size. So I had the Civic Access pouch, I had the Venture pouch, the 1 liters in here, and the headphones. I had the other pouch, and there's still plenty of leftover space. Put a jacket, other gear. I haven't even filled up these front compartments. So, you know, both are gonna be really fantastic options. Again, same form factor, pretty much the same organization, and it'll just come down ultimately to what you think you're gonna be carrying with you. But super excited to have the CTB20 now in wax canvas. This was already one of my favorite daily carry sizes and form factor, and now with the wax canvas as part of the lineup, it just gives another look, another really awesome style, very rugged feeling. And so if you're a fan of wax canvas or heritage style bags, if you're looking for something rugged that's gonna work well pretty much anywhere and offer just an incredible organizational layouts, and this is still gonna be one of the best options that you can check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Evergoods CTB20 and Transit packing cube. You can currently purchase these on the company site. At the time of filming, I don't have the finalized pricing for the wax canvas CTB. My guess, based off the pricing that I've seen for the wax canvas CPL bags, is that it's gonna come in at around the $400 price point. That may vary a bit depending on the size. In general, wax canvas tends to come in at a bit of a premium, and so you are getting a bag that's gonna be very solidly built and offer a great feature set that's gonna compare well against some of the other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, this of course first reminded me of the Evergoods CPL24 and 16, which are also available in wax canvas now. And although I love the CTB form factor and the features that it offers, I still really appreciate just how good the CPL24 has been for so many years now. I've been a big fan of both the ballistic nylon version that's available and the wax canvas editions that I've had a chance to test out. And I just love the more streamlined profile of the CPL. It still has the clamshell style opening, great organizational layout, padded and suspended laptop sleeve, comfortable harness, so a lot of the same things as the CTB line. It doesn't have the water bottle pockets, it doesn't have the luggage pass-through or the extra quick access pocket, but you know, it's still a very functional, useful bag in its own right. And so if you're looking for a bag that's gonna offer a similar aesthetic and build quality with a more streamlined organizational layout, then those are gonna be some of the best options that you can take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the GoRuck Heritage GR2, which is another one of my all-time favorite bags. I really love the GR2's form factor with the dual clamshell compartments to give you a lot of flexibility with how you can organize. You have the dedicated laptop compartment that's very well padded, super comfortable harness system, especially under heavier weight. And then the wax canvas just looks great with the GR2 sort of silhouette. It's offered in a couple of different sizes, but the 26 liter is really great as far as working as a daily carry bag. I've used it as a personal item. It's a great minimal travel bag, so just really, really versatile. It doesn't have the external water bottle pockets, but it does have a really great organizational layout. And so if you're looking for something that's gonna be very rugged and give you a really cool layout, and that's gonna be one of the best options that you can take a look at. With that being said, the Evergoods CTB20 holds up very well against all those bags. If you had asked me at the beginning of the year what bag I would have really hoped to see, this is probably one of the top bags that I would have had on that list, and so great to see it become a reality. It has, lived up to what I would have imagined it would be like to use it. And if you're a fan of Evergoods' aesthetic, if you love wax canvas bags, or if you're just looking for something that's very functional, that's gonna age nicely and hold up very well, then this is gonna be a fantastic bag to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the CTB20 in wax canvas and how it compares to some of the other great heritage EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Evergoods for sending the bag and packing cube for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.